Do you ever feel like your life is just the same thing happening over and over again? Is today a little bit too similar to yesterday? The same results, the same emotions that you felt, but also the same people you're talking to, and seemingly nothing is really that different, that unique. Each day starts to blend into itself and into the next one, and it's just one big mushy mess of you looping on dopamine and doing things that temporarily make you feel good rather than giving you long-term fulfillment and happiness and joy. Well, you gotta take a moment to pause and really reflect. Are you living something of a Groundhog Day effect? What's going on? Why is this happening? Well, we get addicted to doing the same things over and over again. We get addicted to the emotions that we feel, so we find reasons to feel them. We'll look for evidence that we should be sad or upset or frustrated or angry or annoyed because we're used to feeling that way and we're comfortable there, and it gives us the right amount of dopamine and other chemicals in our brain to keep us there. Right? You don't need to expand, you don't need to push, you don't need to take radical or drastic action in your life because you can just coast, you can just continue until something snaps and you go, hey, wait a second, I'm done with this. I'm not gonna live another 20, 30 years of my life continuing in the same loop or some slight variation of this loop. If you want real change, you have to take a real look at yourself and be honest. Evaluate yourself right now in every area of your life. First, your health physically, 1 to 10. 10 being incredible, you're really in your prime, or 1 being, well, you can barely move and you feel horrible all the time and you're eating all the wrong foods and you're not taking care of yourself. Then, mental health, 1 to 10. 10 being, you feel very fulfilled and happy each day and you really have a great self-image, right? And the great image of the world too, you feel great about the world. Or is it a 1 where everything is horrible and you're depressed and you are in complete apathy and nothing matters? Then look at your wealth. Your career, how successful are you there? 1 being no progress at all, stuck, no income, just struggling, the finances are a mess. Or 10, everything is really where it needs to be, you're on point, you're in charge not only of what's happening right now, you have great income sources, but also long term, you are taking care of your wealth and growing it and using compound interest. Then finally, look at your relationships, 1 to 10. Now rate each of these 4 areas, and I doubt that you'll have a perfect score of 40 total. Which area could you use the most work on right now? And then get a little bit intense. What really needs to change in that area of your life? What do you need to do every single day to make progress on that and move yourself from whatever score you have right now closer to a 10. Now, I'm not telling you that you have to be perfect and that everything in your life should live up to your ultimate expectations. But what I am saying that if you don't strive, if you don't try, if you don't push yourself, you're going to get stuck. If you don't put yourself in motion, well, you'll be in slow motion, you'll be in quicksand, you'll be sinking, and you'll feel like nothing is in your control. Like you don't have any influence over your life and the people around you and the world around you, like you were just this leaf that's floating around. And this can happen to quote unquote the best of us, right? I've had this happen many times to me where I fall back into a pattern where I'm not really striving, I'm not pushing myself, I'm not growing. Now there is a time and a place to rest and take a step back. Maybe you have a physical injury and it's not time to work out every single day, but maybe you've recovered and you've stayed in the same rhythm that you had when you were injured because it was easier than when you were pushing yourself leading up to the injury. This goes for every area, and you have to question yourself. Am I coasting here? Am I just barely moving because it feels okay? I'm content. That's temporary. Whatever doesn't grow, whatever doesn't get improved upon gets worse over time. It will deteriorate if you don't take care of it. If you don't put your time, energy, attention on something, it's going to really get worse, and it'll only get worse. And if you decide that, hey, I'm going to take action today, I'm going to take one step each day to improve in this area of my life, well, that in and of itself, that decision already changes everything. You're done living your Groundhog Day. You're not going to be looping anymore. You're not going to be trapped in this non-stop, continuous cycle anymore. You're taking back control. Now look, if you really want to take back control, if you want to be in charge of your life and you want to be in an incredible environment of supportive, like-minded people and to be coached by me personally as well, then go to erafael.com and there you can sign up for a free one-on-one call with me. We'll see if you're a good fit for my flagship program, and really I'll show you how I can help you go from where you are today to living the life that you truly want and being happy and fulfilled and having that drive and passion each and every day, pushing yourself not only beyond what you thought was possible for you, but also really breaking ground and barriers in whatever you're passionate about, being a leader in your field, doing something meaningful with your life instead of just coasting, instead of just barely surviving. Now, one more thing that I want to give you before the end of this one for today, just remember, you are unique, you are special, you have talents, you have gifts in you that nobody else in the world really has. Not the same way as you. Nobody can give that gift the same way as you can, and that could change lives. But if you just stay there, if you just coast, if you're just comfortable, well, all those people remain unaffected. You don't bring that positive impact into the world, and nothing really changes. So, make a decision. That is the ultimate really power that you have. Choice to say, I'm going to step up. I'm going to do more. I'm going to give more because I can. I can be more. Let me expand up to my potential. Maybe you won't completely fulfill it and reach it. Who even knows what your real potential is? But you can do a little more than you are right now, and you can stop looping and being stuck in a cycle where you aren't fulfilled and happy.